Hey guys, OB here. I hope this video finds you doing well. Today I've got a little bit of Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. This is a little walkthrough type video. This is mission 2, and I'm doing the contracts here. So I'm doing a ghost/merciful run. That is to say, I'm not going to be killing anyone, and I'm not going to be getting any detections. So this first contract we're doing is the missing brother. And so what I'm doing here is I'm using Foresight to place a marker for displace outside of the Spectre Club, which is where you can find the missing brother, because there's a bunch of people in that downstairs bar area, and it's pretty hard to carry an unconscious body past them without getting caught. I'll go back in a second, and I will show you guys where exactly to get this guy so that you can carry him out. So basically, you're going to want to look down this hallway on the left here. At the very end, there's going to be two doors, one on the left, one on the right. You're going to go into the one on the right. There's going to be one eyeless in there that you're going to want to take care of. And then there's going to be the brother on a bed hooked up to a exsanguination machine, taking his blood out and putting it into these three dopes in the parlor. So basically what you're going to do is go in there and knock out the eyeless guard, flip the blood drawing machine around, which will knock those three people unconscious. And then there's just going to be three more guards to deal with. There's going to be a witch eyeless standing by the door between these two horse statues, and then there's going to be two in this room over here on the left playing cards. I don't know if you have to take out the card playing witches or not. They might just not notice you if you're quiet, but I took them out anyway just to be safe. And then, of course, the one over by the door. And then once everybody on this floor is knocked out, you can pick up the brother and then go ahead and... But anyway, what I'm doing here is I placed the displace marker outside, and I'm trying to get to it because you can displace through windows and gates, but I can't quite get to it here because it's too far away. So what you're going to see me do here in a second is switch back to Foresight after I fail to use displace through the window anyway. And once I've done Foresight, I'm going to go all the way back downstairs whilst in Foresight, and I'm going to place the marker in a spot I actually can reach it from, which is going to be the second level up here, right there. And I actually had just enough void energy to manage placing it there before I got kicked out of Foresight because I ran out. And then you can displace through this window, and now you're outside the Spectre Club, and you've completely bypassed that group of eyeless gang members that are inside the bar who will attack you if you try to walk out the front door while carrying this guy. For the second contract, however, we are going to have to deal with those people, so I just happened to do it in this order and thought that this was a cool way to do it. So if for whatever reason you don't want to do the other contract, or you don't want to use a bunch of resources to do it the way I did it, which there might be a different way, but it's the only way I could find to do it. So if you want to be more thrifty with your resources, then this is a good way to get the guy out. But if you're going to end up doing the second contract the same way I'm doing it, then you can just do it first and then come back for this guy and just carry him out the front door. But as you can see, I'm checking here to see where I have to take him, and it says that there's a cabin along the canal you're supposed to take him to, but I have no idea where that is, and unfortunately it doesn't tell you, it doesn't place a marker for you to find. And so there I messed up and tried to displace over to the balcony, didn't quite make it, and because I caught the railing, I ended up dropping him, and so he died. So I reloaded. And so you're going to go along here, and again, if you don't want to be detected, don't go down to the street level because the civilians will see you and it will count as a detection. So I go along this little overhang here on the roof from the balcony, and you need to go to this second balcony here. And it's not actually inside this building, but again, because I didn't know where it was, I went in here thinking maybe it was in here somewhere. And I mean, there's some stuff in here. Obviously, it's a good idea to come in here. There's like some bathing salts I completely ignored there. The raw whalebone on the table. There are other apartments linked to this one room you can get into through the building. So you can probably find stuff in there, but I'm just kind of looking around trying to figure out where to go. So I don't give it too much of an in-depth peek around. And I go back out, and where you really need to go is to your left here. And you'll see I finally notice it. I get up on this railing, and I see this green house to the left there with the blue door, and I think, oh, well, that door looks interesting. For some reason, it stands out to me, and that's because it's actually where you need to go. So you open up this door and go inside, and you can see that the contract is marked as completed. So you can just put him down on the cot or really wherever. Now, when you complete the mission, it will give you your, I think it's like 550 coins for saving the dude's brother, or whoever it is, dude, lady, whoever it is that had their missing brother. So anyway, here's part 2, the second contract. You can see me just kind of messing around here because I was still trying to figure out how exactly I was going to do this, because this is the Kidnap the Bartender contract. And so the obvious problem with that is there's a bunch of people in this bar, and they're going to see you if you try and kidnap the bartender, obviously, and it's going to cause an issue. So I'm just kind of messing around here, slaughtering the bar patrons, trying to figure out how I'm going to go about kidnapping this guy without killing anyone and without being seen. And so I'm starting at this point to formulate what it is I'm going to do. And I already kind of started, because you saw for a second there were 2 bodies on the ground already when I ran in here. That's because I already used electric bolts on 2 of them to knock them out, but I didn't have enough to use them on everybody. So I threw down a hook mine there, and that knocked out the bartender. But at this point, I'm still trying to be a little bit thrifty with my resources and not just like expend all of my equipment to get this contract done. So I'm thinking at this point, oh, maybe I can just displace down there, pick them up, and get out before they see me. And you'll see me attempt to do it here in a second after I've spent some time watching them to see if there's any gaps in their patrols that I can try and exploit to get out. But unfortunately, it does not work out for me. I try and do it right after these 2 walk past each other. And oddly enough, that gray guy, I think, on the left would have been the one to see me, or technically speaking, should have seen me. But this lady noticed me first, oddly enough, even though she was facing the other direction. And so then I, come over here and get into a fight with them and end up killing her. And then this dude in the gray coat ends up killing me somehow because he shoots me and then takes a swipe at me, and then I just kind of teleport inside of him and die. And I was very confused. I got lost there for a second. I don't know what happened, but that happens to me a lot whenever I go full high chaos assault in this game. I die really weird ways, especially because I'm playing on a custom difficulty where they all kill me very fast. It's almost like very hard. I just tweaked some of the things I thought were annoying. But anyway, so I ended up deciding to use the hook mines just on everybody. So there's one. I throw down another one. This lady comes over, gets hit by one. Throw one down for the dude in the gray coat. Now, oddly enough, that second stun mine, or hook mine, actually kills that lady, that older lady that was on the ground, but it doesn't count against me. So then I come over here and I knock this last one out manually, because she's by herself now, so it doesn't matter. But you'll notice I put her down, and then I start checking the bodies to see if there's anything to loot. And I noticed that older lady died. And I kind of freak out for a second, because I'm like, oh, well, that didn't work then, because it killed her. But I go to, try to go to stats, hit quit game. I go to stats and see that I haven't actually killed anyone. I even check playthrough, and it still doesn't count as me killing anyone. I don't know why, because I placed that stun mine that killed her. I'm assuming that's what killed her. It's the only thing I could think of that would have killed her, but didn't count against me for some reason. And I did complete the level after this, and it said Merciful still. It was checked, so I still didn't kill anybody. So the game decided to be merciful to me and let me get away with technically killing someone and not punishing me for it. But anyway, once you've got him and all the people in the bar are knocked out, we're just going to use the same approach we did before of using Displace to get around the guards and take him where he needs to go. He's a lot closer than the other contract. You only have to go to a rooftop near the Red Camellia. I think it's Camellia. Might be Camellia. I'm not 100% certain on the pronunciation there. You can see here I go in to check the contracts again to try and find out where I'm supposed to be going. And again, they don't give you super specific instructions on where to go. It would be nicer if they put markers that you could see like you do with the primary objectives. Maybe there is a way to do it, and I just don't know how. I haven't figured it out, but it's not automatic, that's for sure. So anyway, I displace over to this balcony, and I go through this little hallway here. And so I use this hallway to get back and forth between the first area you come into on this level and the area where the Spectre Club is. And then go to that lamppost, and then you're going to displace over to this rooftop, and that's actually exactly where you need to take him. He's going to go into this blue box that I turn around and look at here for a second, and that completes that contract. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. I like to make little tutorial and walkthrough videos like this. If it's something you'd like to see more of and you thought, hey, this guy actually kind of helped me, I'd like to see him do more of this, leave a comment, like, subscribe so I can get that feedback and know this is the right direction to go. Thank you very much for watching once again. Until I see you again, stay safe, have fun, have a good one.